still. He haunts the naked moorlands in the gibbet hill, and oft a lonely traveler is found upon the fen, whose dead eyes hold a horror beyond the world of men. The villagers then whisper with accents grim and dour, "This man has met at midnight the phantom of the Moor." Forbidden magic. There came to me a man one summer night, when all the world lay silent in the stars, and moonlight crossed my room with ghostly bars. He whispered hints of weird, unhallowed sight. I followed, then in ways of spectral light, mounted the shimmery ladders of my soul, where the moon, pale spiders, huge as dragons stole. Great forms like moss with the wings of wispy white. Around the world, the sighing of the loon shook misty lakes beneath the false dawn's gleams. Rose-tinted shone the skyline's minaret. I rose in fear, and then with blood and sweat beat out the iron fabrics of my dreams, and shaped of them a web to snare the moon. Moon mockery. I walked in Tara's woods one summer night, and saw amid the still starred haunted skies a slender moon in silver mist arise, and hover on the hill as if in fright. Burning, I seized her veil and held her tight. An instant all her glow was in my eyes. Then she was gone, swift as white bird flies, and I went down the hill in opal light. As soon I was aware as down I came, that all was strange and new on every side. Strange people went about me to and fro, and when I spoke with trembling mine own name, they turned away. But one man said he died in Terrawood 100 years ago. The harp of Alfred. I heard the harp of Alfred as I went over the downs, when the thorn trees stood at even, like monks in dusty gowns. I heard the music crept from herd beside the wasted downs, when Alfred, like a peasant, came harping down the hill, and the drunken dames made merry, when the man they sought to kill, and the Saxon king laughed in their beards, and bent them to his will. I heard the harp of Alfred as the twilight waned to night. I heard ghost armies tramping as the dim stars flame white, and Guthrum walked at my left hand and Alfred at my right. The song of bats. The dusk was on the mountain, and the stars were dim and frail, when the bats came flying from the river and the vale, to wheel against the twilight and sing their witchy tale. We were kings of old, they chanted, rulers of the world, enchanted. Every nation of creation owned our lordship over men. Diadems of power crowned us. Then rose Solomon to confound us. In the form of beasts he bound us. So our rule was broken then. grizzly burden, shadows steal. By day, near the trees whose silent green leaves glisten, the tavern crouches, hating day and light. A lurking vampire, terrible and lean, sometimes behind its windows may be seen. Vague lepers' faces, haggard, fungus white, that peer and start and ever seem to listen. Up, John Kane. Up, John Kane. The gray night's falling. The sun sunk in the blood and the fog comes crawling. From hillside to hill, the gray wolves are calling. Will ye come? Will ye come, John Kane? What of the oath that you swore by the river, where the black shadows lurk and the sun comes never, and a shape in the shadow wags its grisly head forever? You swore by the blood crust that stains your dagger, by the haunted woods where your hoofed feet swagger, and under grisly burdens misshapen creatures stagger. Up, John Kane, and cease your quaking. You have made the pact which has no breaking, and your brothers are eager, their thirst to be slacking. Up, John Kane. Up, John Kane. Why cringe there and cower? The pact was sealed with a dark blood flower. Glut now your fill in the werewolf's hour. Fear not the night, nor the shadows that play there. Soundless and sure shall you bear, feet stray there. Strong shall your teeth be, to rend and to slay there. Up, John Kane, the thick night's falling. Up from the valley, the white fog's crawling. Your four-footed brothers from the hills are calling. Will ye come? Will ye come, John Kane? Hope you enjoyed all the poems featured in this video. I like the poetry by Robert E. Howard. He has other short stories featured on the website since they're all in the public domain. I would suggest taking a look at them and also just checking out the website. Like I said, it is